Hello and welcome back to our Springfield project. Today we're going to start building Moe's Tavern. Quite a big build, been working on it for quite a while. So I'm going to put 14 blocks down of white clay, and then I'm going to put one piece of purple wool next to it, pink stain clay, sorry. And then I'm going to run another 14 blocks of white clay, and then we're going to build across it an extra one level. So please ignore me when I put in a bit of glass now. I will be putting this in, but it will be an extra level up, and instead of using the green stained glass, I will be using light stained glass, the light green stained glass, just purely because I think it looks more colourful and a bit more like it should do. So in that context, I'm just going to smash them out, put these in. But like I say, this does actually go up on the next level. So I think I was just a little bit excited and started getting the job done a little bit too early. And as I've done there, I've left a gap of 4 on the end. So working 4 blocks in, and then on the 5th block in, start layering my glass, being orange and light green all the way across. And it will be 6 blocks of glass, so 3 of each colour, one by one as they go in. So as you can see on this side, we're going to put in 2 layers of our white stained clay, and then we go up to our 3rd layer, put 4 in, and then start layering our glass. So I'm just going to start filling in my side here. So putting in my 2nd layer, running it all the way across, and then we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, and then on our 5th block in, we can start layering our glass blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4 on the 5th, glass, alternate the colours every time you place one, making it 6 long, and we'll do that for 3 layers going up. Now guys, this did take an incredible lot of work just to work out how big the building was going to be. I know it is a tall building, but quite honestly, I like the wow factor. I like to think, wow, that's Moe's. You know, not that looks a little bit like Moe's. I like it to be, that is Moe's. So it's just my build style. I prefer it to be completely accurate rather than look at it and think, oh, that could be, couldn't, you know, might be. I'd rather just get it full on right. So guys, don't copy me here. If you want to put these layers in, knock away the white clay and then put the purple wool on the inside of the pink clay and white clay. So exactly where they are, but placing them inside within the boundaries. And also with these purple wool, you can go ahead and put them in the wall as well. This is just where I was playing around. I work out my dimensions by working out the top of the building first. So I was sort of playing around with the top of the building on the floor for so long that it totally skipped my mind to actually do a bit of prep work on the bottom of the building. So as you can see, and I'm not going to be putting these in either, I'm actually going to be putting purple wool in the wall around them as well. Most of you that know and follow my builds will know I hate doing full block frames. I really do, but in this build it seemed quite necessary and seemed definitely the better option. So as you can see, I'm just knocking them away, putting them on the inside, and that's because I felt it was much better on the inside. Obviously the top of the Moe's will be standing out a little, and I was thinking of doing the same with the around the glass and the door, but quite honestly I feel it looks a lot better the way I'm doing it now, after playing around with it a little bit. and I am very happy with how it turned out in the end. In fact, I'm very surprised we managed to get the main build done pretty much in one episode. So now I'm just going to layer it on the inside. So I am sorry for showing you a little bit of what not to do, but it's all part of the process of working with it. So we're going to layer that up another layer, and we will be doing another layer on top of that as well. So to make room for our glass to go in, so punch out the middle one, and then I'm going to put any lime stained glass just to give the glass look to the door that's on the front of Moe's. And now layer in our purple block, purple wool. We're just going to highlight around the door and the window frames. And now filling in the gaps with our white stained clay, and also then going up an extra couple of layers. And this actually is 13 high, so it's quite a tall building. You could go ahead and just literally do the white stained clay now for the 13 blocks, or taking it up to the 13 blocks. So there you go guys, I'm going to put in another layer quickly, and then I'm going to line that layer with purple wool standing outwards from the building. And now building up, realistically you could build this up an extra 5 high to make room for layering our purple wool on top. Now it took me a lot of time to get a design on this that I was actually quite happy with without going too big or too small. I think it actually looks great. I mean, we've got to do a couple of bits more to get the outside completely prepped, and obviously then working our way onto the inside. But I just think this looks wunderbar. I really do think it looks great. So we're going to start working from our outside. So I'm going to place one for now, and then put one over the top, and then working our way down one at a time, all the way down to the bottom until the last layer there, and then we're going to place 3. The middle one put in a row all the way up, and then working our way back up. And now from this one we're just going to go straight back down. So working our way down, bearing in mind that you should be 5 high on the white clay, that's why I'm adding the extra 1 on top. And now we're doing our 3, and then working our way back up to the 5th level with the middle post. And then from our 3rd block we're now going to start going back up at an angle, back up to our 5th one again, and then working our way back down. So 1, 2, 3, and then the 4th one lining it 3, so 1, 2, 3, post going all the way up, and then working our way up to the 5th block, so the extra 1 on top, and there we go. And that is really, I honestly thought, like, I've seen a lot of builds trying to really get this looking good, and I tried it with 3 blocks, but it just looked terrible. So I thought, alright, we're going to have to sort of up it a little bit. We still want the sides inside the building as well, because there's a lot of work to go into it. So working off this now, I'm now going to work down the sides of the building, and I'm going to be taking the sides 30 in length. Now that does seem a little big, but when you bear in mind that the toilets have got to go at the end, so you're going to lose 5 blocks at minimum. What I would really say is anywhere from 7 to 10 blocks you're going to lose for the toilets. So you're going to take it 30 blocks all the way down the side, and that's including the one at the front. So it's 31 in length at the front of the building, and it's 30 in length down the sides. So now we're going to drag it across, and then just work it round to connect to the other side of the front of the building. spinning around and dragging it back. And now with this building, it's very plain because this side of the building would be connected to King 2 or something like that, where the music store. So for now we're just gonna build it up, take it all the way around and concentrate on our left hand side of the building. So dragging it all the way around. And now we're on this second layer. Now we've got to start thinking of putting in them side windows. And the math I done was 1 purple wall by 6 blocks of window by 1 purple wall by 6 by 1 by 6 by 1. Trying to really get in them frames and really getting it look as legit as possible. So we're going to spin around, we're going to hit the far end of the building. Or you can do it from that end. It's literally you'll leave 4 blocks, get our purple wall out, put 1, and then we're going to leave a space of 6, putting in another purple wall, leaving in another space of 6, putting in another purple wall, leaving another space of 6, putting in another 1 block of purple wall, leaving another gap of 4. So now we know we can start going ahead in and putting in our stained glass windows in all of these gaps. Still keeping to the alternate colours all the way through, and that will be for the 3 layers again. So we're just going to step it every other one. Now guys, if you can remember anything that should be included in Mo's bar, please put it forward. All I know of is the bar. I don't know if there's an upstairs or anything like that. If you can actually think of anything, please put it forward, because we would like to include it in the build, obviously. But apart from that, if you're going to say about flaming Mo's, I would rather just build the flaming Mo's itself, do another build for it, purely because the whole building does change to quite some point. So now we're going to build all of our pillars up to the 3 and run it all the way across the tops, leaving us then to build up the rest of the building up to that 13 blocks high. Now it does seem quite a big build, but 13 blocks is really not too much. It is quite a tall building when you see it in The Simpsons. Obviously the inside isn't going to be quite needing of 13 blocks, unless there is something that we should be including up on a second level. I keep thinking of the roof for some reason. I'm pretty sure I remember Mo having pigeons on the roof or something like that. So if anyone would know where I could get the information for getting that right, that would be great. But like I say, if you guys can think of anything, put it forward, because I would really like to get this as accurate as possible. I mean, we've gone through the hassle of getting all of the building looking great. So guys, we're now going to put in, running across the bottom, our purple frame. And I dare say it probably won't be the last time I do this, but I really hate using full blocks as window sills. I really do. But in this build, it just happens to look so much better. It took me to get to this stage to really decide that, okay, it is going to look better. So, doing the same down the side of the building, putting in our frames around the windows. And now it's all about building these walls up to the 13 block high, taking it up as high as the rest of the building. I wasn't sure if there was anything in the back. If there is, we can always punch out a door or something to get round to a back exit. But as far as I know, I can't think of anything being there. We may have to add a couple of windows later on for the toilets maybe. But at this point, this is all I know of to get this build right. So for now, that is part one, is just getting the outside, the exterior all done. Sorry about that, guys. But I'm actually really happy with this. The only thing, I always build high enough and big enough to get them signs on. Now it's totally up to you guys, because by putting the sign on, it does look quite different. But at the same time, for me, having that Mo's written on it, the same as the Quickie Mart, I like to have them details included. You may not, you may prefer it without the sign, which is completely fine. You know, it's each to their own. You've got to make your own choice on it. But for me, I like to get them signs on, and really just get the, you know whose building that is. And I think you can do that without the sign, to be honest. But I don't know. We've made it big enough anyway. It's all worked out. So guys, now you've built up your levels, you should all be on the same level as me. And now we're going to build out our top purple wall on top of the front of the frame, on top of the front of the the part on the front where they're all slatted. And we're going to go out one outside of the building all the way around, keeping it nice and square. And then we're going to fill in all of that as the roof on top. If it has to be changed and you guys can think of anything that should be up there or should be included, put it forward and we will make sure it is included. So now it's all about filling it in, and guys, like I do with the walls and that, I'm not going to make you sit there and watch me lay the same block over and over again. I'll just skip it a little bit forward and we'll start getting to work on that sign. So there you have it, guys, that's all done. And now for the sign, we're going to go to the edge and we're going to count 8 blocks in. And once you count your 8, we're going to place a red on the 9th, and we're going to push 1 below it and then start working on top. Now the actual sign is 5 high because of the S and the E, and I wouldn't put that block there, place it the one above. I do alter it in a minute. I was just trying to really mix it up, see if what would look best. But for me, it's got to be moved 1 up, just that side piece. So this one won't be there, it will be the next one up where I've just laid the grey. We're just going to layer it in with grey. I mean, the colour of the back of the sign is down to you guys. It was sort of like, was I going to use the black, was I going to use the pink? But every time I see it that Moses wrote in red, it always has a black background. Now I didn't want to use black because I felt, I'm not a big fan of black really, so I went with grey in the end. So now we're just going to line up 5 of these, 1 on each end, lining back down with our 5, and there's our simple O. And now coming across, we're just going to layer it with the white grey again and running it all the way up, and then adding 1 extra on each part in the 3 parts, making the E, and then running it 1 more time down, and then doing the same with the S. So we're going to start from the top, 1, 2, 1 on an extra 1, sorry, 3, and then both on making it look like a C, and then finishing off at the bottom, filling in our gaps with the white grey, and that is our sign complete, leaving the exterior very much done. Obviously we still need to put a car park in, we still need to do a couple of jobs, and obviously if you guys can think of anything and let me know, or I can find anything in the meantime, that'll give us the rest of our build. But for now, I'm quite happy with that exterior, to be honest. I think that looks absolutely amazing. I say it every build, I'm never too sure at the time. This build come together very quick. I'm quite impressed, I hope you guys are too. Thank you very much for watching, and I shall catch you very shortly in our next part.